Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear beloved guest. I'm feeling delighted to invite you all to our exciting and entertaining 245th meeting of Dynamic Leaders Forum, Area 3, Division Hajj, District 120. I am Toastmaster Kamachi, Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills for a wide network of clubs. It has 16,200 clubs over 145 countries. The mission of Toastmasters is to provide a positive, mutually positive and supportive environment where every member has an opportunity to develop their communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster their self-confidence and personal growth. Let me share the ground rules for today's meeting. Please remain on mute until asked to speak. Kindly refrain from speaking about sex, politics, and religion during the entire session of the meeting. It would be great if you appreciate speakers by showing thumbs up or claps by clicking the reaction button. I would like to introduce our presiding officer, who is a agriculture graduate. She loves dancing. She loves going trekking, and she wants to explore new places of the world. So please help me to introduce our presiding officer, Toastmaster Abhinavya, to officially start the meeting and commence the proceedings. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhinavya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kamachi. Good morning, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests joining us today from various parts of the world. Welcome to another inspiring and enriching meeting of Dynamic Leaders Forum Toastmasters Club. It's my immense pleasure to be the presiding officer of today's meeting. Toastmasters, we have about 10 days to 2025. Before the new year, why don't we reflect on our journey in 2024? I'll share a few prompts. You can either think about it or write it down for your own reference. You don't need to share it. It's just for you to reflect on. After each prompts, I will be giving you a minute. You can just think about it. Right? Okay. First prompt is one challenge that you faced in past year and how did you grow from it? Any challenge and the growth or the learnings you got from the challenge is what makes it important. Okay, if you need more time, you can just note it down in your diary or notepad. Second is, what are the 3 moments in 2024 that you're deeply grateful for and why? Three moments that are so close to your heart. Okay. Next is, which area of your life feels more fulfilling right now and which area needs more attention in 2025? For me, the most fulfilling area of my life is right now is dance, as I've started to pursue it again. And which area needs more attention? I think it is my career. Career wise, I need to focus more. And finally, What is one phrase or word you feel is important for you to focus on in 2025? I hope you all thought about it, at least gave it a thought. You didn't have the time to think about it. I mean, think more on it or write it down. I just did this exercise this morning and I felt good, a bit clearer on my goals and intentions. So I thought I would share it with you, and hopefully you will also feel better and have a clearer idea on what you want to do in the upcoming year. I am sure most of you might have some plans already ready for 2025. But I felt that the learnings and achievements from the past year might help you in achieving your future goals. Okay, so with that, we have a guest with us today, guest Vijay Raghavan. Uh, would you like to introduce yourself to the club, guest Vijay Raghavan? You're on mute. No, you're not audible, I guess. No, I guess you're having an issue, might be with the earbuds.
Yeah, I think it's fine now. I'm so sorry for. Is it fine now for everyone?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. So myself, Vijay Raghavan. So I have recently completed my PhD from IIT Madras, and I was already a member from IIT Madras Club. So right now it is not active, I think. So and I have like a more than 1 to 1.5 years gap from this Toastmaster Club, and so very recently I thought, okay, I should be again to be active in this particular platform. So that's how I came to know. I'm trying to attend from last few weeks. Luckily, to this week I got able to manage my schedule, and yeah, that's how I joined here. And I like to be very active member hereafter. So yeah, that's all.
That's great to know, sir. It's a pleasure to have you. Hope you'll have a great time along with us. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much.
Now it's time to invite our Toastmaster of the day. She is an NPL and coaching expert, multi-award winning author, TEDx speakers coach, a great mentor, a Toastmaster for more than 11 years, and I can just go on and on introducing her. And today, she is here with us to remind us it's okay to cut ourselves some slack. So please join me in welcoming our Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Manju K. Manohar, as she takes us on an engaging journey through today's theme. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vinay, the president. She has already made you all think. She made you ponder upon the year past and also the future year waiting for you just after 10 days, right? It seemed very philosophical, right? Look back at your life, reflections, a time for reflections. But this time, I thought most people would be in that year-end slump where you feel, okay, I wanted to do that. So raise your hands if you feel that you have not reached at least one goal this year. Raise your Zoom hands, or you can even raise your real hands. Yeah. So me, yes, yes. Abhinavya, okay. And yeah, Toastmaster, DTM Durga, yes, Kamakshi, yes. So what prompted this particular topic, I'll tell you. I had put an audacious target of reaching 72 books by year end. So when I looked at the Kindle, okay, it was Kindle goal. Okay, I read physical books, I also read Kindle books. So Kindle will not like. Kindle was showing that you are at 50 and I have 10 days left. 72. How would I finish? Even if I do 24 hours, if I sit and read books, which I can't, being a family person, and of course I run a business, there are commitments. I can't do that. I mean, unless next 10 days I just take off, sit and read books. Maybe I can. But then I thought, is that what is really important? Like you have 50 and then you have the 72. So, and who said the 72? It was me only. I had hit 68, 63 or something last year. Then I thought, let me increase it or something. I think every year I do that. So I was a bit audacious. So when I look back, I realized that we tend to be sometimes our guest critics. If you look at our body in the mirror, then you think, I think other than Felix is a very happy person. Even his name says happy and lucky. But all others would think I might want this feature or that feature, or maybe a little bit more muscles or something like that, right? Please be honest. Every one of us think, or maybe next life when I'm born, maybe I should have hair like that of Abhinavya's, eyebrows like that of Sri Devi's. Just versus Sridevi's, our Indian director, her eyebrows are so expressive. Right? Yeah. Wish next, if this life not possible, eyebrow and all. I don't know. Plastic surgery is advanced to that level. Even if it's advanced, I don't know whether the eyebrow will move like that as Toastmasters. It's a skill, I think, which he has practiced for years and years. So I would say next life, yeah, I would like to have that. So yeah, maybe like evaluator Ranga, next life I would like to be as slim as you and all that. But the thing is, this life, when we look at, yes, we are what are blessed with. We have, I mean, thankfully, all present here, we have good eyesight. Of course, there are Toastmasters who have that challenge too. We all know the inspiring story of Toastmaster Karkwel Raja, who's currently an area director from Virudhunagar. He has visual challenges. In fact, we used to ring the bell for him, and he won district championship in almost all the formats. So that is really commendable. So when we compare our lives with people like that, we think that we have nothing left to complain. But if we look back at our life, oh God, I didn't meet this goal. I could have done that. I could have done this. I could have lost 1 more kg. I could have gained 1 more kg, done this, etc. Right? So here, I thought at the year end, when we did an analysis of people who succeed, it was heard that those who talk to themselves very in a positive manner, they tend to succeed. So that means we need to look back at the year and say, hey, we did a great job. So it may be like that evaluator for CC1, icebreaker speech. Even if it is not really, really good, we will still find something good in that, right? So with that, I would like to take the permission and share one screen, which is, I want you to tell me honestly, what do you see in the next slide? Okay, what image do you see? Are you able to see now?
Not yet.
Yes.
Presentation mode.
What do you see? What do you see?
We can't see it.
Tiles arranged.
Are you not able to see my screen?
Yeah, now we can see.
Okay, I'll share again.
Yeah, we can
I
see
have
it
a
now.
little. Oh, okay. It's a bit slow, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you see? What do you see? May I invite, yeah, yes, our area director, Toastmaster Sri Devi. What do you see?
Tiles arranged in a pattern.
Tiles. Tiles in a particular pattern. Okay, fine. Toastmaster Unni, what do you see?
Same tiles.
Tiles.
Yeah.
Yes. Toastmaster Ranga, what do you see?
Yeah,
Observe
I would
very
say the
carefully,
same.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to observe very carefully. I don't know whether you can see all the tiles, everything.
Yeah, tiles. One tile is missing somewhere, and
Yeah, tile is missing.
arranged.
Yes. Okay. See, now if you see, when you are looking at that, you are seeing only tiles. You didn't notice that one missing tile, right? But there is a syndrome called as missing tile syndrome, because when we look back at our year past, or when we look back at our own life, we see only the missing tile. Oh God, I'm such a bad cook. I can't do Korean. I can't do North Indian. I can't do Chinese even properly, or something like that. Or if you see, okay, I still haven't hit my ideal goal, that body weight, or I'm still not healthy enough, I'm still not wealthy enough, I still want that elusive career, that this is the salary I should be drawing, just like Abhinavya said at the beginning. She's very happy with her dance, but not with her career part. So we see what happens is many people, they tend to focus on that missing tile when it comes to their life. Their life. Okay, because I asked a lot of people the question. I didn't ask the timer, accountant, grammarian, listening master the question, because they will be introduced by the G. But I asked the G, I asked all others whom I am introducing. All of them said, okay, I said, what is one thing, one goal you couldn't meet this year? So all of them sent one thing. So sometimes what happens is we tend to focus only on that missing tile, or you think that, okay, your child is not studying that well, or maybe your family member is not behaving that well. You tend to obsess over it and you tend to ignore all other tiles in your life. So this syndrome is known as the missing tile syndrome. So here also the same thing, the missing tile or the missing puzzle, jigsaw puzzle syndrome. So now, as the TMOD, let me introduce you, especially the guests who are part of this meeting, to tell you about the 3 sections of the meeting. Okay, the 3 sections of a Toastmaster meeting are PP, TT, and GE. So may I invite the guest who was part of IIT Madras Toastmasters Club, Vijay Rangan, to tell me what is PP. Okay, he's not able to unmute. So I'll ask Toastmaster Anand. Toastmaster Anand, PP.
Yes, ma'am. Prepared speech.
Prepared speech. I think it should not be PP, no? It should be PS, right? Yes.
Pathway project.
Oh,
Yeah, pathway project. No, but actually it is prepared speech, but I actually put PP. But thank you to Toastmaster Durga for putting a positive spin on it. It was a typing mistake. PP just supposed to be PS. So what is TT? TT is nothing but impromptu speech. So like DTM Durga mentioned, PP or the pathway projects, right? We do the prepared speech according to a particular e-learning portal called Pathways, and Pathways has 11, earlier it had 11 paths, and in the future they'll be having 6 paths. So these 6 paths would help us take our career or profession or our personal life to the next level by enhancing our leadership and communication skills. The PP, the pathway, the portal, it will help you enhance almost 300 competencies, including your self-confidence, along with your communication and leadership skills, analytical skills, and of course, various parts of leadership skills, nuances like persuasion, negotiation, etc. Now, the second one is table topics. Table topics would be anchored by a person known as table topics master, and he would be taking us through a section. where he will make us exercise our gray cells, make us think on the spot, make us think creatively, make us think on our feet. And the third section is general evaluation. And to host this general evaluation is something that is unique to Toastmasters, where we believe in feedback from peers. We believe that if we take regular feedback from peers itself, we can improve as a person, as a club, and as an organization. To host this general evaluation, we have a very unique person. This person has been associated with Toastmasters for several years, has been a president of a leading bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, now I think known as NatWest. She is a distinguished Toastmaster. She is an ardent poet, enterprise architect at NatWest, as I mentioned earlier. She is a music lover and she believes in hard work. So DTM Durga, she says that one goal that she couldn't meet this year is, I wanted to wake up early in the morning consistently, but couldn't do that consistently over the year. Hoping to do in the next year. I like the positivity in her statement where she says, yes, I'm hoping to do that in the next year. Inviting distinguished Toastmaster Durga to introduce her role in detail and also all her teammates. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Manju, Manju ma'am. So, really honored with the introduction. As a goal-oriented person, I am looking forward to meet my goals at least in the next year. With that note, let me introduce my team. I will be taking care of general evaluation, which is the lifeblood of any Toastmasters meeting. For our continuous improvement, I think that's where our next year will help us by assessing the improvement points as well. So to assist with me, I have a team. I have my tag team as well as the speech evaluators. First, let me introduce the tag team. As a tag stands for timer, accounter, and grammarian. First, let me call upon the timer. So I have a very special person for today. Our next president for Dynamic Leaders Club, who has experience of almost 2 decades of experience in pharma selling. And the one thing I really liked in his introduction was with a noble purpose. He is creating awareness to the society of disease-free environment, especially without drugs, how we can cure the disease. So with that noble cause, he is contributing for the society and the community. So I am very happy to invite Toastmaster Anand to read out the timer role objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Yes. Thank you very much.
I'm not able to hear you, Toastmaster Anand. Is it just me or
Okay.
Toastmaster Sridevi? Are you able to hear Anand, Toastmaster Anand?
I think you should come
She's not able
forward
to hear you.
near
So,
the mic.
yeah.
Am I audible?
Come
Yes.
forward, you are audible.
Okay.
Now audible.
So,
Yeah.
not at
Yeah, when you move back, no, when you move back and shake your head, you're not audible.
okay. So
Yeah.
now am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Now you're
Okay.
audible.
So thank you very much, ma'am. Today I am the timer for today's meeting. The responsibility of the timer is to note down the time taken by all the speakers. So for the prepared speech, the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5th minute, I will show the green card. At 6th minute, I will show the amber card. At 7th minute, I will show the red color. And 30-second as a grace time. For the table topics, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1st minute, I will show the green card. At 1.5 minutes, I will show the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will show the red card. And 30-second as a grace time. For the evaluation session, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. For 2 minutes, I will show the green card. At 2.5 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And 3rd minute, I will show the red card. And 30 seconds as a grace time. At the end of the meeting, I will show my report to the general evaluator. I am handing the floor to the general evaluator. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Timer, for disseminating your roles and responsibilities. Now let's move on to the ARC counter. So today again, I have a very senior Toastmaster, senior person, servant leader, the current area director of our division, and the scintillating storyteller, and our one and only superstar, Toastmaster Sridevi. Over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster DT Durga ma'am. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, and good evening, everyone. Good evening, fellow. And as you Slack,
I think we lost Toastmaster Sridevi due to some technical issues. Shall we move on to the next role player? Once she's back, we will
Yeah,
reconnect.
we'll do that. Thanks.
I guess
So until
she's back.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Toastmaster Sridevi, can you?
yeah. So I'm here to give you some leeway and encourage you to cut yourself some slack. After all, we are here to learn and grow. I'll share my report when I'm called by General Evaluator once again. Over to you, General Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Durga.
Thank you, accountant, Toastmaster Sridevi. Even before the grammarian introduced the word of the day, idiom of the day, you have introduced. So with that note, let me call upon our grammarian for today. Again, it's my privilege to introduce this person once again. So she is a passionate dancer who love to do the self-discovery, currently exploring various facets of life. So all the very best for exploring your life in next year, 2025. With that note, let me hand over the stage to Toastmaster Abhinaya.
Thank you, General Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Durga. As grammarian for today's meeting, I'll be listening to each and every one of you very carefully and will be noting down all the good and not so good usages of English grammar. Also, I have prepared a word of the day as well as the idiom of the day. I'll be just sharing. Sorry. Not the wrong one. Okay, sorry, there's some issue with the presentation. So, okay, the word of the day is leaving, as Sridevi ma'am used in her introduction. So, it means allowing some flexibility or freedom in expectation. For example, you need to allow yourself some leeway when learning a new skill. Or we should find some leeway in our lives to explore ourselves. Can anyone try using leeway in a sentence?
I asked my mentor for leeway on the deadline of completion of my pathways.
That's great usage, sir. Thank you.
I think
Anyone else?
in case your family members forget to send you some birthday gifts, it's okay to give them some leeway, because we must remember all the maybe 1,000 plus or 1 lakh plus good things that they have done for you.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much for using the trying out the word of the day. And coming to idiom of the day, I am also the idiom master of the day. So it is same as the theme, cut yourself some slack. Meaning, allow yourself to have some flexibility in your content usage. Sometimes it is necessary to cut yourself some slack to get a clarity in life. Or you have been working so hard lately. It's okay to cut yourself some slack and take a break. Would anyone like to try the usage?
Toastmaster of the day has come up with the interesting theme, cut yourself some slack.
Sportsmen are always held to a higher standard. We should give them some. We should cut them some slack. So even if they fail, we should be able to take it with moderation.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Danga. And I hope you will be using the word of the day. Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, distinguished host. Please.
Sorry, I was carried away. I was thinking if you want to maintain a long friendship or even a married life, you have to cut yourself some slack and also cut your partner or your friend also some slack.
Thank you so much, everyone, for using the idiom and the word of the day. So I hope everyone will be using the word and idiom in your respective speeches. I'll be back when General Evaluator will be calling up on me for the summary or the. Thank you and over to you, General.
Thank you, grammarian, for reading out the roles and responsibilities. So with that, I'll be also introducing my speech evaluators during the course of the meeting. With that note, I will come up with my final evaluation report at end of the meeting as well. So let me hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, DTM Manju K. Malik. Over to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Saraswati Durga, for introducing her fantastic set of role players who would be acting like investigators or maybe like detectives searching for the usages of words or looking for that crutch word, etc., and presenting detailed reports. So on your alert, let's all be on our alert. So this question to you, is this the first time you are living this life? Or let me ask you a better question. We are going to enter the new year, right? 2025. Has any one of you lived this year before 2025? Unless you have some magical ability, or maybe you're on a time machine, or maybe you're an alien with some mission on Earth. I'm sure none of us have lived 2025 before. So in that way, when we are living this life for the first time, again, did you come with some detailed guidelines or manual? This is what you should do the next day. Do any of you have such a magic manual? What to do if this person tells you this? What to tell if this friend tells you this? What to do? Do you have any such manual, magic manual? Because sometimes we wonder, right? What to do next? How to respond? Will it hurt them? All of that. So I would say this is our first time living this life. This is our first time living this year, this day, this hour, this minute. So if you make mistake, it's okay, no? This is your first attempt. And like they say, I don't know whether Abdul Kalam said it, FAIL is first attempt in learning. I'm not sure whether Kalam said it, but internet says that Kalam said that. Fail. So even if you make a mistake, if you fail, it's still fine. If you think, okay, this was my goal, I couldn't attain that, no issue. At least you gave it a try. It's good. This is your first ever time. 2025, again, this is the first ever time you're going to live 2025. So cut yourself of some slack. But at the same time, don't forget to keep goals. My only suggestion is, someone told me, I want to wake up earlier next year. When you say wake up earlier, if possible, quantify it. Don't say, okay, I will wake up 1 hour earlier, because human mind is difficult. It's difficult for the human mind to accomplish something which is very large. But if you tell your human mind, I mean, assuming all of you are human mind, I will wake up 5 minutes earlier. I will sleep, go to bed 5 minutes earlier too. If you are able to tell that, maybe it is achievable. Can we do that? 5 minutes earlier to bed? Yeah, maybe. But if you say 1 hour earlier to bed, 1 hour earlier than usual, tough, right? It's like saying, okay, let me go to the gym and lift some, 50 kg weight. Forget 50 kg, I'm not able to lift 5 kg. Or, okay, let's say small steps each day. Shall we do that? Now it's time to speaker of the day in the PS, that is prepared speech section, according to the pathways portal that we have. So that is, let's go, we are going with Kamachi, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Abhinavya, we'll go with Kamachi, right?
Yes.
So Ruby is traveling. We are having a change in the agenda, right?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
We
So
have.
we will first with, sure, we'll go with Toastmaster Kamachi. She has been a very enthusiastic member, a very regular member, what I've noticed. She's very active in every single meeting that she takes part in. Today, she's going to attempt her project 2 and to introduce her project and also give the evaluation objectives. Let me introduce our upcoming president, Toastmaster Anand. Toastmaster Anand is her evaluator, and Toastmaster Anand says that he had a purpose to create an awareness in the society on disease management and also help them achieve the treatment goal of remission without drugs. So for that, he has been doing some campaigns, including what are the hazards of using sugar, etc., and also the impact on metabolic health. So he actually had a session for us also. He said sugar-free Diwali. I hope all of you remember that. So this was his motto. But one goal he said he could not achieve last year, which we hope he can achieve this year, is writing an article on health and wellness in LinkedIn. I'm sure Toastmaster Anand, this year you would succeed 100% on that. Toastmaster Anand, please come on stage and introduce the evaluation objectives.
We are having Toastmaster Felix as evaluator.
Oh, Toastmaster Felix. I am so sorry. So Toastmaster Felix, who has been a previous VPM and always a very enthusiastic member of XCOM. He has been a steady presence through all of our milestone meetings. And let's invite him. His name itself indicates happiness. Felix means happiness and lucky. I think we are lucky to have him, Felix, Toastmaster Felix, as our member. Toastmaster Felix, kindly introduce the evaluation objectives for Toastmaster Kamachi. I'm so sorry, because of the change in agenda, my brain couldn't cope with it. Sorry about it.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for your kind and warm introduction. And it's always leeway, so no need of asking for this excuse, Toastmaster of the Day. My target speaker today is going to give her speech in the level 1 project 2 in the pathway of presentation mastery. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. All the best to Toastmaster Kamachi. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Felix, and thank you for cutting me slack. I think we have another guest or somebody waiting in the waiting room. I request the Zoom master to please admit. So when I messaged Toastmaster Kamachi almost 1 or 2 hours back, she mentioned she was traveling and she might be late. But I saw, to my delight, that Toastmaster Kamachi was there ahead of time, and I salute her commitment, and I also salute her courage in progressing with the project 2. Like Toastmaster Felix mentioned, she has already given her icebreaker, and this is her second project. So Toastmaster Kamachi is having 10 plus years of experience in IT industry and is currently pursuing MTech at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. She helps students to get placement in reputed organizations by instilling in them the problem-solving aptitude, communication and soft skills, including the spirit of teamwork. She's from Trichy and her hobbies are reading books and content writing on current affairs. So one missing goal, which I hope she'll be able to fulfill in the next 1 year, is she wants to get a good job, but she's still studying. So there's still time. But once she finishes her studies, she would like to get a better job. So all the best to you, Toastmaster Kamachi. And Toastmaster Kamachi's speech title. Let me give the speech title once again for the benefit of members and guests. Toastmaster Kamachi. Shall we spotlight the timer? Do you want us to spotlight the timer?
Yes, ma'am.
Be helpful. Timer. Toastmaster Kamachi. Can we be spontaneous? Can we be spontaneous? Toastmaster Kamachi.
Are you a fly by the seat of your pants or in spur of the moment person? You are not, right? But there are benefits for being spontaneous. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear beloved guest. We are meeting a friend for a coffee, going for a concert, or planning for a swimming. Our modern life, busy life, often means we scheduling the smallest, even the smallest of these interactions. Post-pandemic, our life is full to bursting. Yes. So when we are planning these things, sometimes it occurs, sometimes they are not. So it obviously happens after, if you are having a long afternoon or evening meetings where we impulsively decide to relax, but it has become a distant memory, right? Then what we will do to achieve spontaneity? Then when with the pandemic, when the restrictions are released, many of us took an oath that we never going to spend a frenetic pace of this modern life. But here we are. So there were different cases in our life. Frequently, we plan things for our necessary items, like getting a grocery delivery, going for an office meeting, or going for an appointment. But there are some things which we do not plan, but it actually happens spontaneously. For example, you are seeing your old friend after a long time, or you are watching a movie, or you are going to a parlor, etc. These things are giving little space for you to give and everything for spontaneity. Yes, but there are arduous act of negotiating the venue and date for this activities to happen, which saps our joy. What do we do for that? Any guess? Most of us have a WhatsApp group having our old friends where it is draining to plan for a catch up. But what will happen? Every time you send a message and it get overshadowed by participants saying endless logistic constraints. They used to say, right? It's happening, but then how can we plan and get things done? Let me think again. During the necessary, the most of us, we might know these things, but already we are yet planning the things to happen. There was a study in Harvard University in 2015, which reveals that the many people, those who are planning, they are getting things better in life. Did you agree with this? Or if you are planning for a meal, you will get a healthy meal. If you are scheduling tasks, you will get most of them done. Agree? But are all the things has to be planned? Think about it once again. Actually, there was a doctor. She is Meg Arrow, a psychologist from London University. She says we are actually hardwiring the plans to our life. Human generally love the certainty. But what if uncertain things happens? I'm leaving so many question marks here. Let's think about it. We usually get curiosity, or we actually crave for predictability. So what's coming up next? And when that happens, we are well served for the day. Acha, this day is over. We used to say that, right? And when we are getting something we also think sometimes the environment around us itself is planned, and we are already hardwired for that regularity. So planning becomes the learned behavior that is designing our lifetime. Okay, this actually happens, and when it is a parenting method that also comes up, where schedules and routines are taught to children starting from school timetable, college classes, arranging the books, where they are already getting a feeling of safety when it is already planned. But when they become adults, they get less opportunity for freedom because they already got dodged with so much of professional and family responsibilities. So when, as an adult, as a parent, as an adult, what we have to do, we have to plan carefully so that as there is already less opportunity for spontaneity, we have to plan adults to get engaged in that as well. Correct? So when there is things that are falling out of the way, when there is a less opportunity for spontaneity, we have to make some arrangement for that to happen. So when we enjoy something spontaneity, which is spontaneously happening, we enjoy that as happiness, joy, and other positive emotions. And we don't see any challenging there. But we are not allowing time and space for that to happen in our life. That they are unexpected tasks. We are not allowing that to happen. So which we must avoid, and we must embrace the spontaneity, which not only sets you free, but also gives you an extensive experience. So that we have to allow that to happen to our life. And when we plan, we actually get some expectations, and that expectations gives an anxious thought patterns. So which again harm to our health, which we should avoid again. But there is, if you think of spontaneity, and I'm already saying about the differences of spontaneity and also the planning. As you know, the planning gives anxious thought patterns. But if it is a spontaneity, if you are going with the flow, you let go of the assumptions and rigid thought patterns, and you can fully, truly experience the spectrum of all human emotions. That's supposed to happen anyway. For example, if you see today's meeting, we have no script, no template. We are set free to explore the life without any fear of failure or without doing something imperfectly, right? We can, but there are some things we planned. So if anything that is pleasurable, that is happening spontaneously, we get much reward of that feeling. For example, think that you are going and taking a bath in a waterfall, when your actual intention is just to see it as a tourist place. So these things might happen during the phase of life. So we ensure that spontaneity also has to occur, and we also plan for things to happen. But there are a set of steps that are defined by Dr. Meg Arrow. So for us to practice spontaneity, let me cover that. You want to fear for the unpredictability and embrace the change, challenge yourself for the uncertain things, and plan, don't fear for the failure. And with this, I want to conclude, if spontaneity is choosing the takeaway of your choices. Thank you so much. Over to you, Krishna.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kamachi, for making us think. I particularly like the way you said when you invoked that Harvard Business Review article where it was said that those who plan actually tend to succeed. But at the same time, she also said while it's important to plan, we should also bring an element of spontaneity to our lives. So let's keep our message while we navigate the 2025 for the first time in our lives. Now it's time to call the second speaker on stage. I request the PO whether the second speaker is present. Or should we call her after?
No, she is present. Can go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So I will rename her speaker to Ruby. Yes. Okay. So now we have the second speaker of the day. Her name is Ruby Manjula. And to be her evaluator, we have the person who tells us about the hazards of sugar. Since I've introduced him earlier, I'm not going into details, but he has 20 plus experience.
Just correction. It is Toastmaster Ranga who will be introducing, who will be evaluating Toastmaster.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is Toastmaster Ranga. And Toastmaster Ranga, I know him from Medley Toastmasters Club. He had been the president and the VP head of Medley Toastmasters Club in the past when I had the opportunity of interacting with him. And he says that he wanted to read one book a month during the year, which is a very noble goal. But he mentions that this year he could do 5 out of 12 months, which itself is actually a good achievement. But in the upcoming year, he hopes to increase that to probably one book every month. So wishing him all the best. He also had certain accomplishments like the target of collecting a very huge amount, rupees 20 lakhs during the year. And not only did he collect that amount, I assume it's for some social work, he ended up with 3 lakhs excess. Now that shows your persuasive skills and your commitment. He also was able to make the dream come true for his mother by taking her out for some pilgrimages. What a noble way to end the year, helping your parents, showing a token of our gratitude. Toastmaster Ranga, I invite you onto the stage to describe the evaluation objectives and also to tell her about the project and other details. Over to you, Toastmaster Ranga.
Thank you, DTM, distinguished Toastmaster Manju. Toastmaster Ruby will be delivering a speech, her second speech in the evaluation and the feedback, level 1, project 4, leadership development. The purpose of this project is to practice client feedback and for the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective speech. The timing of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. If I may add, there are a couple of things that have already been told to her in the first speech, like to evoke more emotions and to give the quotes instead of talking about the quotes. So I'll be evaluating her speech on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ranga. Now it's time to introduce Ruby. Ruby has been a very enthusiastic participant of our Toastmasters group, and she has also played many XCOM roles, gone up on the area contest stage as the chair, as division contest role player as well, made us all proud. She has also been on the district stage receiving awards. So we wish you all the best, Toastmaster Ruby. And with respect to her introduction, she is a student and she is also a very committed young leader who's known for her commitment to the task. With respect to one goal that she couldn't meet this year was she wanted to complete till project 4 second speech. So that's she being kind. But I think she wanted to attain something more. But I would like to remind Toastmaster Ruby that the Toastmaster year is still not complete. It ends only by June of 2025. And if you complete by April 2025, also you can still win those awards at the district stage. So all the best to you, Toastmaster Ruby. Again, introducing her title and her speech title to all of you. Toastmaster Ruby. Toastmaster Ruby Majilla. Lock and key. Lock and key. Toastmaster Ruby Majilla.
I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes.
Thank you. Have you all played the game called Lock and Key in your childhood?
Yeah.
I'll explain it once for some who have not played the game. The game goes like this. There'll be one catcher and fellow players. If the catcher touches the player is said to be out, and only the fellow players can rescue them. The fellow players can run in whatever boundary they want, like whatever direction they want in the boundary. But only thing is that they shouldn't get caught by the catcher. If they are caught, the fellow players only can rescue them. This is how the game goes. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Let me relate this game to a short story. One fine evening, I was traveling with bus after college back to my home. A fellow passenger, she was my friend from other department who was traveling along with me. You all know the famous quote called, "The beauty of mind is visible on your face." Similarly, in Tamil we used to say that, "Agathin alagu mugathil theriyum." I could see that she was dull and she was not doing well. I was just looking at her for 5 minutes. Then I made an attempt and I started building a conversation with her. How are you? How is things going on? Is everything good? Is there any new event in your department? I was keep on talking, and at a point of time, her head, which was like this, looked at me and said, "Ruby." She just called my name. And I was asking her, "Yes, please tell her," I was saying. Things are just drowning me. I'm putting my hard work, but there's no result for me. I just feel very low because of this. And I was like, the delays are always best. The delay in you is preparing you for greater things. No, Ruby. Keeping myself with that thought and moving the next day also, things are just drowning me. I couldn't come out of this. Days are just dark. And I was like, it's always darkest before the dawn. This is how our conversation went. At a point of time, she has to get down from the bus. She just paused for a moment. She just looked at me. "Thank you, Ruby." The conversation was just about 5 minutes within you and me. I didn't expect that you'll come and console me. But somehow or other, you came and consoled me, which just made me come out of the darkest place. "It's okay, bro. Thank you." She just went off. Into my mind. That day, I felt productive in this world, that my existence is also a reason. Like, I feel productive. Fellow Toastmasters, the reason behind the story is we will not know who will be needing our consultation or who will be needing us at what time we'll not know. Only thing we can do is that we can approach others if they are looking dull. Like you can ask me the question that how can we approach anyone with? If the person is known, you'll know that how their face looks when they are dull and how their face looks they are happy. If there is a person unknown, just start building a conversation or just spread some smile. You may not know whether they are in darkest zones or not, but your smile can renew their day. Fellow Toastmasters, can you relate this story of mine to the game which I said in the beginning, Lock and Key? The Lock and Key game has a catcher and some fellow players over there. Similarly, in our lives, in our fellow neighbors' life, there will be catchers called depression, low moments, failures, negative zones. But we as a fellow player only can renew them or unlock them by just consoling them or just listening to their problems can even console them. Spreading some smile, spreading some positive vibes can make their day. So the story Lock and Key, this game Lock and Key can relate the story like this. Similarly, we are meeting people every day in our lives, in our workplace, during travel, or the schools or colleges. Everywhere we meet a lot of people at different places each and every day. All that we can do is, like how I unlocked the key of her barrier, we can take an attempt in unlocking the barriers of others. Not just by looking that they are feeling dull or not, but instead we can approach them and make their day. I don't know how many people have related to my story, but I feel at least one key of mine has unlocked the lock of others. How about you, Toastmaster of the Day?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ruby, for that thought-provoking speech. She's also having a beautiful call for action, as in, have we unlocked someone else's lives with our key, etc. So it's something to ponder upon. While we move on to the next section of the meeting, which is the most exciting section, it is the table topic section. And in the table topic section, we'll be tested. Our ability to think on our feet would be tested. We will be tested on our creative thinking skills, speaking skills, impromptu speaking skills, decision-making skills, negotiation skills, persuasion skills, and whatnot. So we have a person, Toastmaster Unni Krishnan, author of 2 books, author of Khichdi Tales, and also a co-author of Mothers, the Angels of Our Lives. And his one goal that he could not meet this year was to read around 20 books in 2024. But he says, I'm forgiving myself for it. Next year, I will try again. That's a right spirit. Toastmaster Unni is also working on his next book, 3rd book, which is a novel. So wishing him all the best for the glorious new year. Toastmaster Unni, would you like to come on stage and explain the time limits and other rules for table topics? And while you do the table topics, I have one small assignment for you. Those of you who can, you can take a screenshot of this particular, this one. Are you able to see this? There is a circle of life. Are you able to see this? If you can, take a screenshot of this. So anytime you feel sad that, okay, I did not meet my goal in one area, like reading books, rate yourself on all these spheres. Did I work on finance? Is my finance kind of okay? Is my relationships with others kind of okay? You may say, met expectations, I did better than expectations, doing extremely well, etc. Stress mastery, exercise, nutrition, spirituality, self-esteem, life purpose, environment, caring for environment, or doing something for the society, healthcare, play. So if you feel you can take a screenshot, I would say give yourself a numeric rating. Numeric rating as in 0 to 10. So if it is 10, it will be like the edge of the wheel. It's like the circle of life or wheel of life. So after doing this, you can send it to me later also after the meeting, or maybe later, or you can keep it for yourself. See if your wheel is balanced. If your wheel is balanced, it will be a perfect circle. If it is not, see which area you need to improve. Okay, focus on that. Okay, so rather than saying, I did not succeed in this particular area, look at where all you have succeeded. And also, one last question to you before I give the stage to me, which is, suppose you feel, no, I did not achieve anything in this life or this year, because sometimes you may be having low one person this year. Second question is, did you take care of self-hygiene 75% of the year? So I'm not saying every day you need to do, but at least 75%. Self-hygiene, I mean, brush your teeth, take bath. That's all. And the last question is, did you have one meal a day for 90% of the year? If you have done, actually you're successful, because there are a lot of people who could not do these three things this year. So cut yourself some slack. Over to you, Toastmaster Unikrishnan.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. As the table topics master, the table topic session is made with the aim of improving the impromptu speaking skills of the Toastmasters as well as the guests. It is an opportunity for you to train yourselves to quickly organize and express your thoughts. Each of the speakers is required to speak for around 2 minutes on the given topic. So, are there any volunteers?
But you can select someone who doesn't have
Oh,
a major role.
okay. So, can I ask our guest Vijay Raghavan ji to come forward?
Yeah.
Okay. The topic for you today is, what is your favorite way to forgive yourself after making a mistake?
Yeah. Can you please repeat the topic one more time?
What is your favorite way to forgive yourself after making a mistake?
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So can we think for a while, or we can?
Yes, you can take some time for thinking.
30 seconds. So we'll put the timer on 30 seconds thinking time.
Don't Google it.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for the topic. And myself, Vijay Raghavan. So I'm working as a scientist in government lab. Is located in IITM Research Park. And thank you so much for this nice opportunity. So today, I need to talk on the topic which is given to me is, what is the best way to forgive yourself whenever we are committing any mistakes. So here it's a fantastic topic, and see, as we are all human beings, we are prone to do any mistakes, sorry, while doing, like, for preparing exams or in everyday life.
we usually will commit some mistakes by knowingly or unknowingly. That doesn't matter. So what will happen in the second stage once we are committing the mistake? That is the real challenge will arise to everyone. So particularly whenever I commit any mistakes, or both in my studies or in personal life or in my professional life, I always follow one key way. Like, first I will start thinking why it has happened. First of all, I will start thinking why it has happened. Then I will make myself, especially my mind, very strong and approach in proper way. Like, I will just note down the mistakes, and I will also identify the 10 major cause cause why it has happened. I will identify 10 points, then I will start working on the point by keeping my mind or brain so strong so that the mistake won't happen again. So that's how I used to approach uh, my the problem comes to me. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I think we all can learn something from his speech on how to forgive ourselves after making a mistake. Can I have Toastmaster Sai Kumar?
Hi, sir. I'm
Good
available.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, my topic for you is the idea of perfection overrated according to you?
Can you just
Is,
repeat the topic?
is the idea of perfection overrated according to you?
Okay. Idea of perfection, is it
So,
overrated or not? Okay.
yes.
I think, hi, good afternoon, everyone. So, idea of perfection, I can say it depends on the situation. Say, for example, if you ask a doctor if he's doing a surgery, so for him, perfection is mandatory. So he cannot say things has not worked out. So he cannot simply say certain things has not worked out. So the operation has failed because of our mistakes. So perfection is very important in those critical areas. Say if you take an example of a mechanic who is doing a repair work of an AC or two-wheeler. In those cases, perfection is not that much required. So he cannot delay a work aiming for perfection. So I can say it only depends on the situation to situation. Say for example, if tomorrow you have an exam, you cannot say I can go for an exam only if I complete 100% of the syllabus. It is not practically possible. So it is dependent on the situation. If situation demands perfection, perfection is required. If situation doesn't demand perfection, we can go as the situation requires. So that's my viewpoint. Thank you, Toastmasters. Over to you, TD Master.
Thank you. Can I have guest Manoj? Okay, so if you could write a letter to your stressed out self in the past, what would that letter contain?
Sorry, say that again.
If you could write a letter to your stressed out self in the past, what would that letter contain?
Stressed out letter, yeah? Stressed
Stressed
out
out
letter, yeah?
self, I mean your past self who is very stressed out. If you could write a letter to that self, what would that letter contain?
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and table topic master Unnikrishnan. Like coming from a technology background, and many of you probably might have experience, or maybe without non-technology background, we all got stressed up at some point of time. Not stressed up at some point of time, maybe stressed up every day. It can be morning, it can be evening. Let me take you back to a small story where I've been stressed out a couple of months back, where I was doing a kind of a program management for an organization. And I was absolutely stressed out because the deadline was so packed and so tight, actually. That's like walking on a tight rope kind of thing. So I have to deliver those kind of things to my best of ability. I think I managed to do that. I won't say I was excellent in the kind of work, but I was absolutely stressed out. I mean, every day was like a big, massive thing for me. And for me to overcome that kind of a stress was very difficult. So I reached out to a couple of my friends for a kind of a fishing trip. So we all went for a fishing trip. It was only friends were there. There was no partners or no wives or no girlfriends, I would say. We all were there on a fishing trip. It was way, I mean, it was just like driving for almost like 200 kilometers. And we went there and we had those, I mean, those friends, which I would say, these are not my school friends and all those things. We just happened to meet in some of those networking or some of those events or going for a morning walk or evening walk. Those are the kind of friends. So those were not actual friends, I would say. But we went there for a fishing trip and we had our best time of our life. I mean, because most of us doesn't know each other and all of them are stressed out. And we had those best time of our life where we're discussing about what we as a child would do these days, you know. One of the things that really triggered me was, I mean, now these days actually you have, if you wanted to do a social media, it's like a life of abundance, you know, we don't have. But I coming from a era where scarcity was the best thing, which is that if I have to buy a chocolate, I have to get only one choice. But today, if I have to buy a chocolate, I have millions of options, or maybe not millions, thousands of options in front of me to find out. So those are the kind of minute things we touched upon, and that was one of the best times. So we spent 2 nights, and absolutely fishing was one of those objectives, but we thoroughly enjoyed. And if you got an opportunity, just pack your bag, close your laptops, just go for a walk, and take your technology. Don't take your technology with you. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the day, to table topic, Krishnan.
Okay, thank you. I think we'll take your advice. Can we have one more speaker, or is the
Yes,
time?
we have one more speaker.
Okay, can we have the accountant Toastmaster Sridevi Srinivasan?
Yeah, sure.
So my topic for you would be, do you believe that there is value in being unproductive sometimes?
Being unproductive, right?
Unproductive.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful topic, table topic master, Toastmaster Krishnan. Absolutely, yes. Being unproductive probably might be the look outside, but always the mind will be pickling on whatever that we have been thinking about, whatever the projects that we are working on, or whatever may be. So the unproductive time is actually productive. How? When we are unproductive, we are doing something else, probably watching a movie or listening to music or just playing a game or not doing what we are supposed to do, right? But that is the time our brain actually connects the problems and figure out the solutions and then tries to draw some inferences from whatever the so-called unproductive activity that we do. And sometimes it may give us wonderful solutions. So there is no time called as unproductive. I always believe that if we are not ready, sometimes we feel we are unproductive. Probably we need to prepare ourselves, and probably the preparation is happening in the brain and we think we are unproductive. If we have a goal to achieve and we are working towards it, and then we take some time as unproductive time, that is a thinking time, or we are giving little bit of leeway. Sometimes stresses can be relieved when we are unproductive as well. So being unproductive, it depends. Yeah, it is absolutely productive for those who are goal oriented, and it is unproductive for those who don't have goals and simply watching movies. Thank you, and over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sridevi ma'am. So with that, we come to the end of the table topic session, and I hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Me. I think in these 4 questions, he made us think deeply. He made us realize that he has a very fine brain, lot of thought process going on in his brain also, because these are not very common questions, right? That question to guest Manoj, which he answered beautifully as well. Like, what is something which you would tell your stressed out brain from the past, etc. So it seemed very interesting, and I hope all of you had a great time. Now it's time to move on to the third section of GE, which is general evaluation by the peers. And to conduct that session, I would like to invite distinguished Toastmaster Durga once again on the stage. And before we go there, I have a question to you. Today, someone told us we should do planning before moving ahead. Who was that person? Planning before moving ahead. Who was that person? No, I'm not the listening quiz master because I had something to do with what that person said. And of course, the first speaker, Vijay Rangan, he also gave us some beautiful steps, because my next slide is based on that. Planning was mentioned by Toastmaster Kamachi, and Vijay Rangan, he mentioned about learning from your mistakes, analyzing. So this is something known in quality management as PDCA, or it's also called as Deming cycle, because there was a person called Deming. He used to do research in the quality management field, and he came up with something called plan, do, check and act, usually used in manufacturing industries. Later they extrapolated it and used it in IT industry and several other industries. When I looked at it, it's actually perfect for our personal life too. Plan, do, check and act. And like Toastmaster Kamachi said, sometimes you don't have to plan also. You can also do things which are spontaneous. The part which I have is, yesterday I was traveling back from one district to another after a reunion with my college mates. And while traveling, my driver said that we are going to have a heavy traffic jam, maybe due to some VIP passing through or something. So when I encountered it, immediately my thought is, I don't want to waste the time. While I was working, whenever there is a traffic jam, how I used to do the traffic jam was, I used to watch a movie. So I watch the movie only when there is traffic jam. So for me, one more traffic jam means I can see more of the movie. Are you understanding what I'm trying to convey? Make the worst days of your life the best days. So you get 3 traffic jams, you can see more of that movie. So I allow myself to watch that special movie only when there is traffic jam. And guess what? In Chennai traffic, I could see lots of movies that year. That entire year I spent watching movies while traveling almost 2 hours to Mahindra City. Try traveling to Mahindra City and back every day. So then you know what I'm speaking. It's like 4 hours of travel. So the only way to make your brain feel good when there is a traffic jam is, I have the traffic jam. Okay, this is it. Also, another technique which you can do is, whenever you encounter any negativity, substitute. Suppose you apply for on-site or you apply for the visa, you don't get it. Then you say, if I don't get the visa, then I'll buy that new dress or new watch for myself. So if you get the visa, good thing, you can go. Okay, if you don't get the visa, still you're benefiting. Are you getting? If your husband gives you that ideal birthday gift, good. If he doesn't gift you, I have a backup plan for that. I will say, I will get this, something really huge. Are you getting? So for everything, if you don't get the promotion, you have a plan B, which is rewarding yourself. Okay, so if you do it in this way, you'll feel that, okay, nothing will irritate you. Traffic jam, okay, it's my time to read. It's my time to play the game. It's my time to watch that movie. Are you getting? So it's called reprogramming your brain. Now it's time to give it to distinguished Toastmaster Durga, whom she didn't describe in her sentence, but I know her as a speech champion, known for her extraordinary command of the usage of alliteration. So daring, daunting, dashing, DTM Durga, please take the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Manjuki Vinurkar. Next, let's move on to the last but not the least, the evaluation segment. So first, let me call upon the speech evaluators to give their speech evaluation. So in the row, I have the first speech evaluator would be Toastmaster Felix, who is the humble, hilarious speaker, the evaluation champion, to evaluate Toastmaster Kamachi's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Felix.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Embrace the change. Challenge yourself. Let the spontaneity take away your choices. With these beautiful insights, the spontaneity of your speech struck the chords with the audiences. Thing I liked in your speech is your natural way of articulating the events one after another and engage the audience with numerous questions like, think about it. Guess what? Your WhatsApp friend may be overshadowed by the logical constraints, but I couldn't find any flow constraints in your speech. The second, you have planned to mention about the author McCarroll how to practice the spontaneity. In that, you added the spot for authenticity in your speech. A few recommendations I would like to add in your speech to further better your speech in the future. First, you narrated the incidents one after another. There are so many events you narrated. Instead, you should have restricted to 2 or 3 events and explain deeply about the events. Like you mentioned about the waterfall. So in the waterfall, you mentioned there is a spontaneity is planned to visit the waterfall, but suddenly people entered and enjoyed the waterfall. Okay, taking bath in the waterfall. There is a lot of scope for the bringing out emotions and humor, like who and all fall in that waterfall, how they enjoyed it. So that part you can add in the future. And your words are so spontaneous. Somehow I missed the spontaneity in your actions, like you are confined to one posture. So whenever you are giving speeches, it's better stood and move around. So your speech will be complemented the spontaneity of both words and actions. To summarize, you are the speaker with the sense of spontaneity, not overshadowed by any constraints, with real life incidents more deeply and with more humor on that. Definitely your spontaneity will be spotted on the bigger stages. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmasters Felix, for that insightful evaluation. So let's move on to the next evaluation. So to evaluate Toastmaster Ruby's speech, I would be welcoming Toastmaster Ranga. So Toastmaster Ranga, very unique introduction about him I have. So after having his banking, financial and IT career, later he decided to move on and focus on the non-profit donor relation team, which comprises of where he has to take care of 122 intellectually challenged children. So kudos to your commitment and contribution, Toastmaster Ranga. So with that note, let me call upon Toastmaster Ranga to evaluate Toastmaster Ruby's speech. Over to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Durga. Lock and key. So a myriad of emotions go through you. You don't know what exactly this could be till the speech started. First off, I want to congratulate Toastmaster Ruby on doing this evaluation speech. And she fulfilled the two criteria that was already told to her, that she had to evoke some emotions as well as give some quotes. The first part of it she did well. She was able to articulate, standing in one place and then having a conversation with her seatmate and then their response. So there was a lot of emotion. You could easily make out. And the way she went about it was with clarity and with purpose. So having fulfilled that, the next part of uh, the the evaluation was he needed to uh, give the quotation. They did mention a couple of quotations, but unfortunately I didn't note it down. That's entirely my mistake. So he started off the speech by asking a question, and she immediately engaged the audience. So she had a good rapport with it, and her speech was easy flowing. She did not stutter on or pause for many words. So during the course of our conversation, we were able to find out what sort of a person she was. And there was absolute clarity, and they engaged the audience. I'm at the risk of repeating myself, but they was able to, don't know, okay. So going ahead, I think I'm going in a circle. Let me just refer my notes if you don't mind. He stood up and gave the speech, which showed her confidence. Conversation between her and her seatmate was went on. Things was there were some long pauses, and the voice variety was definitely lacking. When she was speaking with her seatmate, she could have given an especially when the other person was a little bit down. She could have expressed herself in a softer tone, or uh, asked her what exactly was the problem was with some gestures. So in short, she was confident. She delivered she met the objectives of the project, and she delivered it well. And the only thing was, maybe she could have the voice variety, and if she had taken care of some pauses, it would have been a better thing. Thank you for this.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranga, for that interesting evaluation. So with that note, let me move on with our tag team report. First, I have a timer report. So the time is the most invaluable thing in this world. So let's hear it from our valuable Toastmaster, Anand. Over to you, Toastmaster. We couldn't hear you, Anand. Audios. No. It's still not okay. We couldn't hear you, Anand. Probably you want to sort it out in some time. I will call the next role player. Yeah. So in the interest of time, let me call upon our accounter who will help you to cut yourself some slack from your English usage. So over to you, Toastmaster Srithi.
Today I'm playing the arc counter, and I am going to give clean shit to many of you. I'm not giving leeway. It is actually good performance. Toastmaster Kamakshi during her essay address, Toastmaster Abhinavya during President address, distinguished Toastmaster Manju K. Manohar. She didn't had any crutch words or throughout. Distinguished Toastmaster Durga, of course. Timer Anand, Toastmaster Abhinavya, Toastmaster Manoj, and Toastmaster Felix. You all have clean shit today, so you did absolutely amazing. So coming to the area of improvement, Toastmaster Vijay Raghavan is using us at the end of the words like mistake. Probably we can work on that and then be precise with the language, then it will become very clean. Toastmaster Sai Kumar also uses and ums during during the process of thinking for words. So probably he can try to swallow his saliva or give a pause rather than giving that sounds. Toastmaster Unnikrishnan also had few He can also work on being precise with the words. So that is my report. Overall, it was a fantastic meeting, and I hand over the control back to Toastmaster, General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Durga.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devi, for that crisp and clear report. Toastmaster Anand, are you ready? No, we couldn't hear you. Can you please drop the timings in the Zoom chat? Probably we will go through. Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. So next, let me call upon today's English teacher, who is not strict, probably who has given some leeway for us to learn and grow. So let me call upon Toastmaster Abhinaya.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Durga. I have shared, I hope you can see my report for the word of the day. Toastmaster Sridevi, Toastmaster Felix, distinguished Toastmaster Manju, and now distinguished Toastmaster Durga used the word of the day. And similarly, the idiom of the day was used by distinguished Toastmaster Manju, Toastmaster Felix, Toastmaster Ranga, and distinguished Toastmaster Durga. We had a lot of good usages. I'll be sharing it in the chat window in the interest of time. And for not so good usages, we had a few, like show my report could have been used as present my report. And we usually get curiosity will be, we are usually curious. Planning for a swimming, it should have been planning for swimming. So I'll conclude my report now, and I'll be sharing the good usages in the chat window. Thank you, and over to you, General Well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhinaya, for that crisp report. So let me give my quick report. So we started on time and we moved on with the pertinent theme for as we are wrapping up the year 2024. So we have a lot of takeaway for us to plan our 2025. With a huge thanks to Toastmaster Manju K. Manohar for giving us a lot of ideas, tips, how to plan, do, act, etc. So moving on, we have a great speeches from two speakers and insightful evaluations as well. And the table topics really I liked. It's more intro giving where we were really understanding the topic itself were very interesting, and we all you all spot out. And coming to the improvement point, there were some gap in terms of calling out the role players. I hope we can give some leeway for this time, so we can take it in consideration in the next upcoming meetings. So with that note, I will hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Manju K. Manohar. Over to you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Durga, for that crisp and I would say concise report encompassing all the relevant points. I would also like to congratulate her team of evaluators, her timer, our counter, grammarian, and other auxiliary role players as well. Should we call the listening master now?
We are not having listening master this week.
Listening master. Okay, fine. Then I will ask some questions. What was Toastmaster Ruby's speech about?
Lock and key.
Lock and key. Now, what was her call for action? What did she ask you to do with the
Helping
lock and key?
others.
Helping others. Very good. What was the message given by table topic speaker Vijay Rangan?
To note down the mistakes and see what has went wrong.
Yeah, analysis, right? Very good, very good. Whose evaluation did, I think, Toastmaster Felix equate to Ganga?
Ranga.
Toastmaster Ranga.
It was too good. I've never seen that kind of alliteration in my entire life. So, Ganga, oh my timer, Toastmaster Anand, what was his ambition to educate people about something? He wanted to do something during Diwali also. a clue.
drug-free life. So
Sugar-free Diwali.
Ah,
Sugar-free, sugar.
correct. Yeah, both are right. Like in one way, he wanted to reduce the drug usages unless essential, and sugar-free Diwali, and reduce the usage of sugar. Beautiful messages from all the speakers. I'm very delighted we are ending the year on a great note. And please remember PDCA, plan, do, check and act. And when there is traffic jam, you know what to do now. When there is something going wrong, you have a plan B. If they don't gift me this, then I will do this. If I don't get the promotion, then I'll get a better thing. If I don't get promotion from office, I'm going to Thailand. Something like that. You're getting, so if you get the promotion, you're happy. If you don't get the promotion, you go to Thailand, you're still happy. So, Toastmaster Abhinavya, you are a wonderful speaker, wonderful leader, wonderful dancer. So don't worry about the career part. You focus on being the best speaker, best leader, best dancer. Maybe even open your YouTube channel. We'll all subscribe. Who knows? Tomorrow it will be like YouTuber Abhinavya. That would be your tagline. You may not need to go for a job, because I met a YouTuber. Her mother made her do engineering and MBA. And after doing MBA in US, the job offer she got from the US MBA, she was earning 100 times more from her YouTube channel. Can you imagine? Then she said, Mom, why should I go for job? I'll watch YouTube. Because when she's watching YouTube, she'll say, I'm doing competitor analysis. That's what I tell my family also. When I watch YouTube, I'm analyzing other YouTubers. If I'm watching Reel, I'm analyzing Reels. If I'm watching some movie, then I'll say, I'm analyzing the script. Like that. So everything you do negative, give a positive spin to it. If you're doing, if you're just sitting vetri, right? If you're sitting just doing nothing, then you remember Toastmaster Sridevi. What did she say? Brain needs that time. Yeah, I'm following area director and great speaker Sridevi's words. Okay, so whatever you do, it's all good. If you get up late, yes, I know somebody told you should sleep more. The body needs rest. If you get up early, okay, that also you tell. DTM Durga said, get up early. Okay, so everything happens at the best. Cut yourself some slack. Identify at least one good thing that you did for others. If you ask your friends now, they'll say you have so many good things, good qualities. So sometimes having good friends, good Toastmasters around you helps. With this note, I would like to give the control back to our Toastmaster Abhinavya, a dancer. I know her more like a very diplomatic in Kashmir. If we send her to that negotiation in UN, I'm sure she will solve our India-Pakistan issue, Ukraine-Russian issue, or even the China-India issue, anything, because she's very diplomatic leader, and that too at this young age. We're really proud of you. Toastmaster Abhinavya, stage is yours.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Manjuke Manohar. I don't think so I can handle all those issues, but yeah, I agree that I am towards a bit diplomatic person. So before I move ahead, I'll be launching the polls. Please to vote, cast your votes. Just give me a minute. So first of all, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, distinguished Toastmaster Manju, for reminding us it's okay to take a break. We need to cut ourselves some slack so that we can grow more. It's always said that you should if you take a step back, you will leap 2 steps ahead. So it was a great note, especially towards the end of the year. We are approaching the new year. So it was a great session to have. Thank you so much, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Manjuke Manohar. And I will call now, guest Vijay Raghavan. Would you like to share your feedback on today's meeting?
Yeah, I think, yeah. So thank you so much for this opportunity. So I'm joining back to Toastmaster after a few years, I think. Before lockdown, I was member in ATM club, and after that, I have completely stopped. Then now I got opportunity to join. So thank you so much. And so this is the first time after like 2-3 years sitting for more than 1.5 hours in the Toastmaster meeting. It was really very like a good experience, and I will try to follow. I will try to follow, and I will attending on every weekend. Yeah. Then overall, like everything was good. So everyone was doing really a good job, and so yeah, we'll see. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guest Vijay Raghavan. And yeah, thank you so much for joining with us. We hope to see you in our future meetings. And yeah, initially after a break, you might feel some resistance, but if you be consistent, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can be a consistent person. So thank you so much. So we have the results ready. The best speaker goes to Toastmaster Ruby. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ruby. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Felix. Congratulations, Toastmaster Felix. Best table topic speaker, Toastmaster Sridevi. Congratulations, Toastmaster Sridevi. Best role player, distinguished Toastmaster Manju, the Toastmaster of the day. Congratulations, ma'am. And best ancillary role player, the Grammarian and Indian Master, Toastmaster. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's meeting. It was a great one, and I hope everyone had a great time. So meet you on the next week at the same time, that is on 29. And I now propose the meeting as adjourned.